Arsène Wenger's team also lost the UEFA final in 2006 against the Spanish champions at the Stade de France in Paris. Frenchman Sami Nasri remembers it well. He says it's payback time.
Mr. Wenger is really important because he gave us confidence even when we were not winning trophy. He shows us that he has confidence and he believes in ourselves. So, you know, you have to give him back, and the only way is on the pitch.
Arsenal fans in the Catalan capital voiced mixed emotions ahead of the deciding second leg. Injury worries have more than hampered coach Arsène Wenger's preparation.
Walcott's pace was pretty frightening for them. They couldn't really handle it, so without him missing as well, it's going to be bad.
Well, we have to beat them, just have to draw 1-1. That's what we're going to aim for. And I think he probably was going to play Benter up top on his own anyway.
Barcelona has made it through to the Champions League quarter-final stage, or better, in the past 3 seasons. Arsenal's UEFA trip to the Spanish seaside is no holiday. Matt Rumsey, AlJazeera, Barcelona, Spain.
Former Barcelona coach Louis van Gaal will be out of a job this summer. It comes after Bayern Munich announced they would let him leave with still a year to run on its contract. Bayern made the decision to sack Van Gaal, but not until the end of the season. The side have slipped to 5th place in the table, but are still in the Champions League. The Dutchman led the team to a league and cup double and the Champions League final last season, but he's now paid the price for their poor domestic form. Another team looking to progress through to the Champions League quarterfinals is Ukrainian side Shakhtar Donetsk. They welcome Roma on Tuesday. The Ukrainians shocked the Italians by winning 3-2 in Rome last month as they look to go further in the competition than they have done before. But manager Micho Luchescu says his team need to concentrate on the match and not get ahead of themselves.
The most important for us is to win tomorrow, or to qualify, because no, it's not easy. It's the first pass that we have to do, and after we'll see what's happened. After we'll have time to think to the other matches.
Another coaching casualty, Domenico Di Carlo, is no longer in charge of Italian Serie A side Sampdoria. Their 3-2 home defeat by Udinese saw the final straw, Sampdoria dropping to 14th place in the table. Di Carlo, the man to go, but fans were already up in arms after the club owner sold strikers Antonio Cassano and Gianpaolo Pazzini in the January transfer window. Veteran Alberto Casavsin has taken over as coach. In the English Premier League, defending champions Chelsea are back in the title race after an important 3-1 victory at Blackpool. Blues captain John Terry opened the scoring in the match with a header 20 minutes in. And Frank Lampard was at his best in the second half as he scored twice in a span of just 3 minutes. Blackpool did manage to pull one back with 4 minutes left on the clock, but it wasn't enough. Chelsea moved to 4th place, 9 points behind leaders Manchester United. To football, a legend that is Pelé says the future of the game is at risk because too many modern players are too focused on making money. The Brazilian was talking in Hong Kong. Somewhat ironically, he's on a global marketing tour to promote the reborn New York Cosmos club. Pelé says loyalty is a word that no longer has much meaning in the world of football.
They didn't love the team, they didn't love the game today, they love the money because they go to the Real Madrid, or go to Santos, or go to Arsenal, or go to Manchester. They are presented. They say, "I love Manchester." Tomorrow they go to Madrid. They say, "I love Madrid. I love Madrid." They love it who pay a little bit more.
Stage 2 of cycling's Paris-Nice saw competitors facing some unusual challenges. Riders on this 199-kilometer stage had to stop on several occasions due to the local transport system. A level crossing held these guys up for a while. The so-called Race to the Sun finishes on Sunday on the south coast of France. New Zealand's Greg Henderson won the stage, but Thomas Degent retains the leader's yellow jersey. And that's it for sport for this hour. Back to you, Terry.
Great. Thank you very much, Farah. Well, Rio de Janeiro's top samba schools have paraded for the second last day of the Carnival event as thousands cheered from the Samba Drum grandstands. The first to take to the stage was a samba school that can't compete because of a fire that ripped through its warehouse last month. The Carnival officially ends on Ash Wednesday with festivities continuing well into the night on Tuesday. All right, well, ahead here on Al Jazeera, we'll bring you more from Libya, including reports of airstrikes near civilian areas of the oil refining town of Ras Lanouf. We'll be live in Benghazi as well, where Libya's opposition council says it's considering an offer from Colonel Muammar Gaddafi that he step down if he can avoid prosecution and keep his assets. And as the world celebrates International Women's Day, we meet a female software engineer from China who's going head-to-head with Google. Shuli Ghosh is up next. Stay tuned.
A history of guerrilla warfare, a place on the global stage. They were an organization created for a stateless population. But before fighting for their land, why did the PLO fight for independence from their Arab neighbors? Chronicling the turbulent story of the struggle for a Palestinian homeland. PLO, History of a Revolution, at this time on Al Jazeera.
On the next Rizkan Show, 1,000 women dying every day. That's roughly the toll from pregnancy and childbirth-related issues, all largely preventable. We look at maternal health issues.
Rizkan, at this time on Al Jazeera.
Hello there, thanks for joining us. I'm Shuli Ghosh. It's the top of the hour at 1100 hours GMT, and you're watching Al Jazeera live from Doha. Let's run you through our top stories. The events in Libya, of course. The leaders of Libya's uprising say they're considering an offer from Muammar Gaddafi to step down. But it comes with the condition that he keeps his assets and avoids prosecution. The Libyan government has denied holding talks with the rebels. Meanwhile, there's no let-up in the attacks on rebel areas by Gaddafi's forces. Residents are fleeing airstrikes in Ras Lanouf, the strategic oil port on the central coast. And on the diplomatic front, Britain and France are pushing ahead with plans for a UN-backed no-fly zone over Libya. But China says Libya's sovereignty must be respected, suggesting it would veto a resolution. All right, well, let's get more on that offer of a deal from Colonel Gaddafi. The man who's led Libya for 42 years sent an envoy to the east on Sunday with the message that he would quit, but only if he could keep his assets and avoid trial for any crimes against humanity. Let's speak to my guest in the studio, Tariq Youssef from the eastern Libyan city Benghazi and the Dean of the Dubai School of Government. As ever, good to speak with you, Tariq. First of all, this deal that we're now finding out about on Sunday, apparently Gaddafi's envoy goes to Benghazi to the National Council and says we could find a way for Gaddafi to step down.